So you guys remember the video that I brought to you guys, I want to say about a week ago, right? Where a question was asked to a Caucasian man.
What's one race you wouldn't date?
I'm not into black women.
And you were able to hear the video and you heard his stance directly on it. And I also agreed with what he stated because I didn't find anything wrong. He was completely truthful. He was completely honest. It was only those who found him as an ideal preference who actually had a problem with it. Not only that, but also have some people decidedly in the comments section to want to call me quite a variety of names, wanting to question my stance on a few things. And again, just want to state that what he stated was problematic.
You serve zero purpose.
So now what we're going to do is look at the complete opposite. And we're going to see if people will still have that exact same energy. More than likely, probably not. But we're going to see if people still have the same energy when dealing with this video here.
Most sexy nationality? 中文, 黑人, black people, right?
Yeah, like black people.
Which country? Just in general?
Like rappers, like that.
Okay.
Type.
So you're like a fan of like hip hop and rap culture?
Yeah.
Have you dated a black guy before?
No.
But you want to, right?
No. I just feel like they're good looking, but I won't actually like date them.
So it's more like a fantasy,
yeah,
right?
Like, I don't really have a chance to. There's like black people that ask me for like contact.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
like,
on street. Yeah, on the street. Yeah.
And you still say no?
I'm not really into it. I don't know why, but now like when I look at Instagram pictures, I'm like, wow, he's so hot.
You think they're really sexy, but you wouldn't date one?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like culture differences. I'm more comfortable with like Chinese people.
Pick any nationality you could date and have a relationship with. Who would it be?
Chinese.
Still, don't worry.
Yeah.
It was a half Chinese, half Nigerian.
Oh, that would be so hot.
Now, the one key difference that I want people to understand is that she worded one thing differently versus the previous guy. She clearly stated that, hey, I'm more comfortable with my people culturally, right? And that's something that I tried to clarify and state to people in the previous video. The reason why the other guy was completely fine with having a black woman that is mixed, meaning black and white, is because there is something culturally he can identify with, something he can call home to, something he can directly go there and talk to. So yes, he knows that he's clearly aware that, she's part black, part white, right? Mixed. He knows that she's going to have a black side of the family, but he also clearly knows that there's going to be a white side of the family, which is where he is going to call home, which is where he is going to be comfortable. Like I said before, I completely know and I understand this due to the effect of having family who are in interracial relationships. So I was able to see this literally firsthand on how awkward it is directly for anybody Caucasian to be within a all black family, right? And me being me, during the time of high school, I had to sit up there and basically rescue the dude from the circle. And, we were sitting up there just, talking about video games and comic books and different stuff like that, because as a kid, as a teenager, I realized how awkward the situation basically is, where you got black people just like standing there. The elephant is basically in a room, but nobody wants to address exactly what it is that's on everybody's mind. It's completely apparent, but nobody, being adults, wants to address the situation. So like I said, it is what it is, and I understand exactly what it is. So again, the things that I talk about, I'm talking about from an area of which, in a sense, I have a type of insight and or an experience specifically, dealing with certain things. So again, I try to, bring in some real life aspects when I, try to clarify and explain a lot of these things, right?
A few minutes later.
Now, I also want to point out, originally she was going to say, I heard the H about 2 times. So she was going to say she likes Haitian men, right? I'm guessing because of the complexion or the images that she has seen of Haitian men, but then she just generalized and she was like, black men. She finds black men out of all the races, even when it deals with her own men, out of any race, she said black men, right? And she was just stating that you could see it directly in her face. She was just like in awe, right, at what it is, the images that she is able to see. More times than not, you have, women out here looking at guys that are, in their clothes or that don't have any shirts on, whatnot, whatever, guys working out, different skin complexions and all of these things, right? And you can clearly hear her, in a sense, just admiring, right? Nothing about that was speaking to the effect of her trying to fetishize black men. So case in point, let me just break this down. So here we have the definition clearly in front of us. Fetishization: a sexual interest in an object, a part of the body that is not a sexual organ, or a person as if they are an object. Now, again, as talking from the perspective of a black man, listening to the video as a black man and receiving what it is that the person is stating, I didn't get that. That is not what I got directly from the video. Now, for whatever reason, online, on Twitter, people wanted to make a far stretch. They wanted to, add a whole bunch of other things directly in there. They wanted to tell people they need to read books. You need to look this up. And again, if a person does not get that directly from what the person staring at the person and specifically what it is that they're saying, it's not there for that person. Me, I'm not reading that, oh, she fetishizes black men. But what did take place was the exact same thing with the previous guy. The guy asking the question, he specifically asked her. He was like, yo, so, you would just only date, Chinese men. That's your attraction. She's like, yes. But then another guy on the side, the cameraman, he was like, so what if you had a Nigerian guy that was half Nigerian and Chinese? Her face lit up in joy because she would be ecstatic, because she would be able culturally to, in a sense, have a place to call home. It's not going to be a strange, foreign, type of deal. It's not going to be, pretty much a whole culture shift. And then in turn, there's something there that, they can both teach each other. She's full Chinese, so she could really teach that dude about the culture. He's half Nigerian, but more than likely he's growing up in Nigeria. He could sit up there and teach her about Nigeria. It's that whole thing there. Some people sit up there and say, well, why couldn't you just sit up there and have a full-blooded Nigerian person with a full-blooded Chinese person? Because again, culturally, it's going to clash. Culturally, they are different from one another. And also possibly even dealing with religion and a great deal of other things. So again, it's about the fact of another human being finding a place to call home. This is what, in a sense, a lot of other people do, even if they are of the exact same ethnicity, race, religion, whatever you want to sit up there and call it. People will find things about a person that they are comfortable with, something that will, relax them, something that they will be completely fine with. Again, it's the exact same thing that happened in the very first video that I stated before. There is nothing that she stated specifically in the video that was incorrect, that was wrong, but you will have a lot of people that will decide to feel a certain type of way directly about it. And again, to each their own. That's the most that I got to directly, say directly on that. And yeah. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.